Hello, welcome to Bragway TV. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Aba Women Riots of 1929. Nigeria is made up of 36 states. In other words, without the states, there is no Nigeria. Over the years, the history of Nigeria has been read and sung with little or no reference to women's participation in her independence. One of the notable ways women contributed to achieving the 1960 independence in Nigeria was through the Aba Women Riot, or the Market Women Riot of 1929. The Aba Women Riot, which was said to have begun in Owerri, then moved to Aba and Calabar, Nigeria, came up to put an end to the political, social, and economic extortion of women. It was also a means to stop marital subjection of women to abuse by their husbands, stop the selfish and greedy village rulers. During the colonial period, there were laws that prevented women from participating in the affairs of the community, therefore putting an end to their meetings and gatherings. The law determined the level of education a woman was to attain and allowed them to take part only on domestic works. They were only allowed to support whatever decisions their husbands made, therefore giving rise to a community with egocentric men. The laws were carried out through the traditional rulers and village chiefs made up of only male, appointed by the colonial masters through the indirect rule. The traditional rulers were meant to stand as a channel since there was a language barrier. Those traditional rulers then took undue advantage of that since they were the only ones who had access to the British Council. They determined and settled cases regarding lands and family crises. They formed smaller courts for settling disputes, and the people trusted their judgments. They went further under the cover of the British Council to demand twice the actual amount of levies. That first began in 1928 when the price of palm oil was reduced by 17%. The price of tobacco, cigarettes, and fiber were sold for higher rates because they were imported from the whites. The money the women earned from palm oil drastically reduced and was no longer enough for them. Not only that, their husbands were being forced to engage in building recreation centers, railways, and other government projects for the whites, and because of that, they no longer received help from their husbands in planting and cultivation of farm produce. Coupled with the rapid increase in prices of food items in the market, it didn't just end there. The punishment for crime by the traditional chiefs without traditional rights made it possible for the warrant chiefs to trade justice either based on bribe or family relationship. In order to get the attention of the colonial masters to put an end to such laws, women assembled together at the village square and they marched straight to the warrant chiefs, chanting songs and demanding justice. The scene those women created destroyed properties owned by the chiefs and the government. They refused to shift grants until something was done. That's why the attempt made to stop these women by the warrant chiefs. That action finally caught the interest of the British Council, and when the women were asked to speak, their leader stated that tax on women must stop and assault on women must be put to an end. Also, they should be allowed to participate in the affairs of their people and demote those warrant chiefs. In 1930, the government met the needs of those women, and in order to maintain peace, they allowed women representation and elected women into the Legislative Council. That courageous but tragic incident claimed the lives of many women and men, but it achieved its purpose. It was a move that paved the way for women representation in Nigerian politics. The riot has also been said to give birth to what is known as August Meeting today, a gathering where women discuss issues concerning their village and how to move the village forward, but now in a modernized way. Women who ply their trades far and near travel back home for this meeting. What have you missed in this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.